Alrighty. Thank you all for being here today. Like I said, we are going to use some blocks this afternoon. It's musical as well. Like typically we start standing, but we are going to start on our backs today just to get our spines warmed up. Get us feeling real mobile as we get going. So, as you all get comfortable on your back, just go ahead and bring your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. That. And then if it feels nice, you can rock side to side. Begin to massage the low spine if that feels good. Then as you are in your reclined space, maybe you settle into a bit of stillness. And your breath begins to settle. Taking a nice deep breath in. And a slow, controlled exhale. So a couple more like that. Slow breath in. And then a slow exhale as well. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and let your feet come back to the ground. And then gently bring your heels a little bit further apart, maybe towards the edges of your mat. And then from here, we're just going to gently bring the knees side to side in a windshield wiper action. And go as far as feels good for you. We're just getting started. So let your spine begin to get warmed up nice and slowly. And as your body moves and the breath continues, I'd like to invite you to blink your eyes closed throughout your practice, if that's comfortable for you. Just an option. For me, I find that closing my eyes really brings me more into my physical body and out of my head. So if you close your eyes and focus on how it feels, rather than how you think it should be, maybe that's a new challenge for you today. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Walk your feet towards one another and gently roll onto your right side. You can use your right arm as a bit of a pillow. And then from here, we're going to take the left arm, reach it straight up to the sky, and then just extend it backwards. Yep, just opening up through the chest and through the shoulder area. So just as far as feels good for you here. Inhale, bring that arm back straight out. And then reach as if you were reaching overhead. Maybe you feel a bit of a side body stretch, opening up through the rib cage. Take a breath in. And stay for your breath out. Extend your arm back up to the sky. Breathe in. And then extend it towards the back side of the body once more. Letting gravity do a little bit of work here. Palm facing up to the sky. Exhale. Inhale your left arm back up to the sky. Slowly roll yourself onto your back and onto the left side. Using your left arm as a pillow, if that feels good. Stack your knees on top of one another. Extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, reach the fingertips high. And as you exhale, let your right arm fall back behind the body. Breathe into this space. Extend the right arm up to the sky. And then almost as if you're reaching overhead, really reach the right arm long. Notice any sensations, no matter how small. On your next breath in, reach your right arm back up towards the ceiling. And your breath out, guide it back behind you. Inhale your arm back to the sky and slowly roll onto your back. You can come back to those windshield wipers with the knees if that feels comfortable for you. Take a couple of breaths here. And then one by one, gather your knees towards your chest. Maybe rock side to side. Or maybe it feels good to find a slow roll up to your seat. Some of you, this might not feel good in the spine. That's okay. Just come on and we're going to come to a seat, whatever, however's comfortable for you, and continue with that spinal flexion and side bends. So however you are seated, go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And when you inhale, extend your arms up overhead, really reach those arms high. And breathe out, let the shoulders soften. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, drop your right hand, reach your left arm over. Breathe, pause here for a moment. Again, you can blink your eyes, close if you'd like to just notice the sensations in the body. And also, if you've got the blocks close, you can start using them ahead of time. Maybe prop your bottom elbow underneath there for a little bit more support. Out. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky, elongate through the spine. Move that block to the other side if you got it, and then right arm up over top, left arm down. Same sensations. Big breath in. Breath out. One more on either side. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, right arm down and left arm up overhead. And breathe. Breathe out. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right arm overhead, and breathe. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space. Blink your eyes closed and pause for a moment. We'll be doing more twists, more flexing throughout the rest of our class. So however that's feeling for you in your body, I want you to honor that today. Only go to where your body needs to feel it. It doesn't need to look like it did last week or last year. Honor yourself how you are today. A deep breath in. Open mouth side out. One more like that. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So you can blink your eyes open. From here, we're going to get to butterfly. So feet will connect. You can create some space between your heels and your groin. Bolster or blocks are always there for an option. And you'll notice you'll get more stretchy as class goes. But we're just going to sit up nice and tall from this one. And then bending from your hips first. Try to keep your spine flat. Go to where you start to feel this, maybe in the outer glutes, outer thighs. Hands can extend long. You can also tuck your chin in toward your chest, finding your depth. Let's pause and breathe here for a number of breaths together. Right, find that with each exhale, your body's softening just a little bit more into this shape. Allow that freedom. Allow yourself to just surrender to this place right now. Let your head be heavy. Relax the muscles in your jaw, in your face. Deep breath in. And stay for your breath out. Slowly with your next inhale, let's come to an upright seat. Inhale, extend your arms up, look up a little bit. Exhale, hands to your heart. This time we're going to keep the left leg in. Right leg is going to extend long. We're just going to focus on one side and the other. Get real stretchy with it. So we're going to take the arms, extend them up overhead, and then take your shoulders and pivot them so they frame your right toes. Awesome. Again, we're going to bend from the hips first, and then just begin to fold forward towards that right leg, excuse me. Again, blocks and bolster are a great option while your body gets into this. Use them for support here. Find your breath. Find your level of release. Couple more breaths here. If you want to try maybe pointing or flexing that extended leg and see how that changes how your body feels. Maybe one feels a little bit better than the other. You can pause and hold that. Breath in. Stay for the full breath out, nice and slow. Bring your hands to your right leg, little self-massage as you come upright. Then breath in, extend your arms up overhead and hands to your heart as we switch out our legs. Right leg is going to come in, left leg is going to extend. If you have the blocks or bolsters, go ahead and sit up. You know where we're going. Arms extend to the sky. Turn your shoulders to your left toes this time. Start bending at the hips. Slow, 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 and find your place. I know I say this every week, but left to right, we are different. So you might be a little bit more flexible, a little less on this side, and that's okay. Just take note. As we go to the other side, if you want to point or flex your extended leg, and try that here. Grab a few more breaths in this shape. Then stay for the full exhale. Hands to the extended leg, little self massage as we come upright. Inhale, hands to the sky. Extend both legs out into a straddle, bending from your hips. We will come forward. Pausing wherever you feel it. Stack up your support as much as you need to. Really try to let go. Let the back line of your legs just release any hold. It's often with the longer holds that our mind wanders. You can bring it back just by thinking of your inhales and exhales. Breathe in and breathe in. You want to point or flex your toes here. You can try that. What about 3 more breaths in this shape? Take a full breath in. Stay for the breath out. Place your hands on the earth and slowly walk yourself back upright. Coming to a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. And blink your eyes closed. Place your hands on your knees and we'll pause here for a moment for some deep hip openers, hamstring stretches. So let your body soften for just a second. No stretch, no destination. Focus on your inhale and a soft, sweet exhale. All right, we've got one more seated posture and then we'll be moving around. So however you want to sit, we're going to get into some twists. You all know I like my spinal flexion. So seated like this is going to be awesome. I will also offer a little bit of like the pretzel legs that we get into sometimes. If you want to try that, we can do that. Otherwise, crisscross is awesome as well. So if you would like to do the twist with the legs, let's start with both legs extended out. Right leg bends, cross it over at the knee. Perfect. Wherever you are, however you're seated, legs can look however they want. We're going to take the right arm, take a big circle as big as you can all the way to the back of the room. Let your hand land wherever. And then the left arm is just going to tuck, maybe hooks on the left elbow. Maybe you just grab onto the right knee with your left hand. And then just turn your shoulders towards the right side of the room. You are more than welcome to look straight ahead as we look at the right side of the room, or if you want to spin all the way up the spine, turn, look over your right shoulder, and breathe there. One note, just make sure you're still able to breathe in fully. If not, just come and see bit out of that twist. Got 3 more breaths in this shape. Stay here if this feels good. If you'd like to take your left leg, your extended leg, and just bend the left heel towards the right glute. Might get a little bit more. That's not working for you today. That is okay. We'll just pause and breathe where you are. Breath in. Stay for the breath out. If you've got that bottom leg tucked, let's go ahead and start unwinding this. Left arm comes back, right arm comes back here, bend both of your feet. Let's lean back a little on the fingers and find your windshield wiper. Then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and do it on the other side. So starting with both feet extended out, we're going to bend the left knee this time. Cross over the straight leg. And the left arm is going to spiral up and back, open up through the chest as you do that motion. And then the right arm, right elbow maybe hooks. Maybe you just grab onto the left knee with your right hand. Looking at the left wall, or maybe turn, look over the left shoulder for that full spinal twist. Again, make sure you're still able to fill the lungs with air as you breathe in. Imagine yourself sitting up a little bit taller with each breath in. And just a millimeter deeper with each breath out. Want to try the bottom leg on this side. Take that right ankle, right heel, excuse me, towards the left glute on your twist bend. Remain consistent with your breath. Nice and full. right knee. And slowly right back. Gently begin to unwrap, starting with that bottom leg. Right arm, left arm, bend at both knees, windshield wiper when you're ready. If you like a little bit of a wrist stretch, you can bend or point your fingers towards your hips as you do that. And then when you all ready, we've had enough of the windshield wiper, we're going to come on to all fours in a tabletop position. Keep your blocks up at the top of the mat so they're easy to access when it's time. All right, and you all know cat-cow variations here, so I'll give a couple options. Standard here, we're going to stack the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. With your inhale, you'll drop the belly button as low as it goes. You'll look forward and tip your tailbone to the sky. With your exhale, you'll do the opposite. You'll round through the spine, tuck your chin to your chest, and really tuck your tailbone under. And then you move with your breath. Inhale, out. Exhale, count. This is an awesome place to stay if you would like to. If you want a little bit more of a hip opener, I always like adding a little bit of a kickstand, I guess we can call it. So whichever leg, just straight out from the hip joint, same motion with the spine. If this doesn't feel good on the knee that's on the ground, you can double up your yoga mat for a little bit more cushion. Take notice of your wrists. If you're feeling like a lot of sensation is heavy in your wrist, try to press through all 10 fingers rather than the palm of your hand. Okay, if you've got this kickstand, let's go ahead and switch it out to the other side. Movements at your pace, as slow as you need to go. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round and look back. Few more breaths in your cat-cow variation. And when you're ready, we come back to all fours. Bring the knees nice and wide, toes toward one another. And sit your hips back. We'll take a quick child's pose. Walk your fingertips as far forward as you'd like, almost as if you're stretching your spine out one vertebrae at a time. Take a full breath in, feel the ribcage expand. And feel it collapse as you breathe out. Breathe in. And back down. You are welcome to stay in a child's pose and breathe if this feels good for you. If you'd like to go to the next step, we are going to come up onto all fours again and then pop up to a downward dog. Right? In your down dog, hands will stay about shoulder width distance. Remember to press through all 10 fingers. And then I want you to get a real deep bend in your knees. And then all we're going to do here is like you're riding a bike, pedal out your feet. This focus is going to be down on your lower legs or calves, but you might feel it on the upper legs, back of your thighs. If your wrists and hands are screaming at you, you can come down to your elbows and just extend one leg back at a time. Might feel a little bit better for you today. Still an active posture, just a little less on the wrists. Take a couple more moments. Balance out both sides. And then whichever variation you're in, let's come back to the downward facing dog all together. And then bring your toes to touch. Shift your weight into your left foot. And then as best this feels good to you, we're going to raise the right foot up to the sky. And then bend your heel towards your glute. So your knee is bent. If you'd like to take a big circle with your knee, you can do so here. Then another option, come down onto all fours and find that big rotation through the hip joint. Both ways here. Place the right leg down, same thing on the left side. So from your all fours or your downward facing dog. Barely bring the knee around the clock. Onto your balance, go ahead and bring your left knee down. One more time in your downward facing dog. And now the right foot, we're gonna step it up slowly between your hands. Left knee can come down to the ground, grab onto your blocks. Here we are. We're just gonna shift back and forward. If this feels better for you, you like the feeling in your left hip flexor, you can stay forward on your blocks. If you want a little bit more in your right hamstring, walk your blocks back. Keep your toes up to stack over the heel. If you want a little bit of both, flow in and out. Mind your balance. Honor where you are today. Move as slowly as you need to. Don't forget your breath. Wherever you are, let's come forward together. Stacking your right knee just over your right ankle. Lift the shoulders, look forward. Nice proud chest. Take a deep breath in. And stay for a breath out. One more breath in. And let's shift back together. Couple breaths here. As best you can, hips are going to stack over your back knee. Maybe you need to walk your front leg forward. Strong shoulders once more. Proud chest. Take a breath in. Slow breath out. Breath in. Stay for the breath out. Point your toes up to the sky if they're not already. Maybe point them to the right. Just one time to the left. Feel those tiny little muscles. They don't get much attention. And then go ahead and bring your right knee back towards the left. And let's pause here for a moment. And place your hands on your lap at your heart space. I encourage you to blink your eyes closed and just take note of how your body feels. Focus on your breath in. Back out. Might feel nice for you to drop your chin towards your chest. Cover your ears, over the shoulders, a little neck stretch in between. It's possible you are holding some tension in the shoulders or neck in those last shapes, so loosen it up a little bit. Take your time there, and let's go ahead and balance it out on the other side. Walking yourself forward, pop up to your downward facing dog or tabletop. We're going to take the left leg up between the hands this time. So coming into your low lunge, walk your left foot up. Find your blocks. And then you've got a little freestyle time here. Maybe you want to stay forward, maybe you want to flow, keeping in mind that we will take some breaths all together in each shape in a few moments. Whatever variation you're in, let's come forward together. Left heel stacks under the left knee. Proud shoulders. Look forward. Deep breath in. Stay for your breath out. Now nice and slow. One more breath in. Slowly shift your hips back, stacking right over that right knee. Ish. Front leg is extended, and let's breathe here together. Fill up the lungs. And do them nice and slow. Last couple breaths, giving attention to those tiny muscles. Maybe point the toes to the sky and point them off to the left. And then off to the right. And then let's go ahead and swing that foot back to a resting posture. That feels good for you. If you didn't do the neck stretches last time, I do encourage you to do that here. Nice, slow movements. I know I'm a fan of self-massage. If you want to bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder, just a little bit of extra loving. Got some time here for that now. Once you feel balanced there, we're just going to shift back to down dog for one last time. If you'd like to pedal out here, see how that feels in the body. Maybe you try that. And we're going to transition to the back of the mat. So use the strength of your shoulders, bend into your knees, walk your hands back to your feet, and then find a nice wide stance with your feet for a forward fold. Keep those knees bent. Really bend through the hips here. Your blocks are there for support for your hands if you'd like. And now you can kind of choose your journey here. You might feel better with a wide stance in your forward fold today, letting your head hang in between. Or maybe you feel better if you walk your feet together. A little bit more focus on the back of the legs. That is your choice. Try a couple different variations on. See what feels better for you today. And then let's breathe here together. You're welcome to stay folded in the center. If you'd like to continue with our theme of the spinal twist, let's go ahead and bring the left hand down to the block or the mat below your face. And then bend into your left knee. Right arm is just going to spiral up towards the sky. Maybe you reach up to the sky with your right hand. Maybe you tuck it back behind the body, stacking the shoulders on top of one another, turning them towards the back of the room. Deep breath in. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, unwind the right arm. Exhale, forward fold. Same thing, other side. Right hand down to below the face. Bend into the right knee. Left arm reaches up. Maybe stays towards the sky. Maybe loops back behind the body. Stay for a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Unwrap the left arm to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, walk yourself back to your downward facing dog, nice and slow. We bring our knees down to the mat. Bring the knees wide and shift back to a child's pose. Inviting lots of length through the spine, lots of openness and space in the hips. Let's take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Wonderful. Breath in and a breath out. You can stay in child's pose if this feels good. I will offer a little bit deeper of a shoulder opener. If you're feeling tight in the shoulders, take your yoga blocks, place them up towards the top of your mat where your hands would go. And we are simply just going to place your hands on that elevated surface and then encourage your chest down towards the mat. It may feel better for you to bring your arms to more of a Y shape and straight up overhead. You might find some more openness through the chest. Find your breath. Whenever you're ready, let's come up to all fours. We're going to shift into puppy pose. This is going to be like the ultimate shoulder opener. So keep your hips stacked over your knees. And then actually, let's bring this bolster here. Like that. Bolster is going to be underneath the belly. And then just walk your arms out. Chest is going towards the ground here. You keep your hands lifted. You can keep them extended. Think like a playful puppy here. Hips up. Chest towards the ground. Really feel that openness through the chest and shoulders here. Again, widening through the hands. You might feel better through the chest, through the shoulders. We're here for one more breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, come to all fours. And slowly lower to your belly. Coming to Sphinx posture. You're going to bring the elbows under the shoulders. Find some space between your arms here. Aligning with the sides of the mat. Tops of your feet come to the mat. And then just slowly drop your chin towards your chest. Really feeling that space open up on the backside of the mat. Go ahead and lift your head back up. These next two shapes, you're welcome to keep your upper body the same. Or come on down, take a little snooze. We are going to go into this supine hip opener here, taking whichever leg up to hip height, opening through that inner thigh. Did lots of stretches there, so take your time getting set up. And then if you'd like to, again, you can bring your head down. Maybe you turn look the opposite way of the lifted knee. Just breathe here for a few moments. Let go of any hold in the leg, in the back, in the glute. Let your body soften. Stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready to go to the other side, come back up to your Sphinx. Just for a moment to transition, both legs long, and then balance it out when you're ready. Bringing the opposite knee up to hip height or about hip height. And then once you found what place that feels good there, you can turn, look the opposite direction of that bent knee again, and breathe here. And you're welcome to stay in this shape a little longer if you'd like to. You're ready to move on. Go ahead and extend both legs long. Place one hand on top of another underneath your head and rest your forehead on your hands or on a block. You can bend the knees and find a little windshield wiper. This might release a little bit of tension you didn't even know you had in your low back. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, let it go. And then when you are ready, we can come into our Shavasana, looking however you want it to today. If you want any more shapes, any more stretches, you're welcome to find them now. I always love to offer a supported posture for Shavasana. So if you've got bolster, I'm going to enjoy supported fish. Bolster long along the spine, at the base, and go ahead and lay back. Whichever shape you decide here today, I just encourage you to remain steady with your breath, to let go of any hold in the muscles in your body. Just set aside some time for you. Got a few more moments together. Let's cherish this together. You are in this moment, let's just be still for a couple more breaths. Slowly, maybe wiggle your fingers, your toes. Stretch the legs long. Stretch the arms up overhead. And do big full body stretch. You come up to a seat when you are ready. No rush. You come to your seat. So I invite you to place your left hand over your heart, right hand over your left. And feel the beat for a few moments. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. It's an honor to be able to share this with you all. May there be peace in the mind, strength in the body, and love in the heart. Namaste.
Thank you.
Bye, now. See you next week.
I mean, online.